There's a lot of reasons why your guitar might not be staying in tune, and usually they're actually pretty simple. So today we're going to go through the most common reasons and the fixes. So let's start with the most common reason first, and usually that's old strings. Now, if you don't make it a habit to change your strings out regularly, if you look at the strings, you're actually going to notice there's going to be corrosion, especially on the thinner strings. You see when you look at this right here, it's a darker color. They should be like more of a shiny, silvery color. So as strings wear out, they've gotten stretched out. Sometimes the strings will flatten, so they just don't hold pitch the way they used to. And you'll find they just generally tend to slip out of tune much faster. Depending on how often you play your guitar is going to depend on how often you should change the strings. Some guys I know play a lot, and they'll change their strings every month. Some guys, it might be a year before they need to change the strings out. And you should be able to tell just by looking at the condition of them. If you need help with this, we have two videos, one on how to restring an acoustic guitar and one how to string a Stratocaster guitar that we'll include in the description below. Now, somewhat ironically, reason number 2 is new strings. So you'd think that you'd solve the problem by changing the strings, but typically what happens when you put the new strings on is they've not been stretched out yet. So when you put new strings on the guitar, you're going to want to take the time to stretch them out, and that's going to get all the slack out, and then they're going to be perfect. So the method that I use is what I call the floss method. I don't know if that's what it's really called, but that's what I call it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands, and as if you're flossing the strings, you're going to go down every string. I'm a little more gentle on the 2 thinnest strings than I am on the wound strings, and there you go. Now it's going to be back out of tune, but when you tune it back up, it'll stay in tune. Reason number 3 is improper string winding. And let me show you what I'm talking about. First example is someone that just wound way too much string on the peg. And not only is just way too much string, but it's just super sloppy. There's really no rhyme or reason. And the simplest fix to making sure you don't do this is make sure you pre-cut the string. And I'll show you in the next one how to do that. The other common way I see people wind incorrectly is by winding the string on top of itself. And so if you see the string as they actually started to put the string on top instead of going down. And the problem with this is you're not going to have any tuning stability. As you actually tighten the string, you're not going to have anything compounding on itself, and so it's just going to slip out of tune, possibly out of the peg. So to do this correctly, just make sure that you pre-cut the string. You don't need to have a bunch of extra. This is the style where the string goes into the center here. It's a little less common, but I'm going to just pre-cut to a reasonable length. When I wind the string, I'm going to make sure that I'm winding the string underneath itself. So I'm going underneath the string itself. Now not only do you have a proper length, but you've got the string going underneath itself, and that's going to keep it really stable when you're tuning it over the long period. So if you go to tune your guitar and you just feel like, for whatever reason, that the tuners aren't really wanting to hold pitch, and you realize you look on these, like you can pull on these and they're really loose. One of the simplest ways to make sure they're working properly is just by tightening these up. So I just have a small little Phillips I keep around for things like this, and these tuners are usually going to have just a little screw on the end here, and really it's just as simple as tightening them up. Kind of go down and just check all of them. I mean, some of them might be tight and some might be loose, and it doesn't matter if your guitar is a $100 guitar or a $5,000 guitar. This happens on every guitar. So just check it no matter what. The other thing to check, now we can't on this one, the strings are on here, but if the strings are off, sometimes these nuts will be loose and you won't be able to tell unless the strings are off. So when you're changing strings, go ahead and just take like an adjustable wrench to these. Be careful because you don't want to slip and scratch the wood. I just keep a little adjustable wrench around because then when I'm going to go and make sure everything's tight, I'm just going to kind of tug on these a little bit. You don't need to over tighten them, just make sure they're not loose. So if you go to tune a string, and as you're tuning it, the string is not changing pitch, but then all of a sudden you hear like a pop and the string goes up in pitch really quickly, that means that the nut slot is not big enough. So just to demonstrate, so you're tuning, you keep tuning, it's not doing anything, and all of a sudden it just jumps up like that, and you're going to hear a ping with it almost. You're going to hear it as if the string's catching on the nut. Then you know you've got to reslot that a little bit. So I can't go into great depth as to the proper way to completely go through and file a nut, but I can at least help you get that catch out of there. We have fret files, which is from, these are from StewMac, but you can find stuff like this probably even at a hardware store. So essentially just make sure you have the right size file, and all you're going to do is just kind of go gently And as you're going in towards the headstock, you want to actually angle it down just a little bit, but be extremely careful because it's very easy to gouge the wood on the headstock. So you want to kind of go flat, flat, and then kind of down a little bit, and then come back flat, and then down, and then come back flat. And keep doing that just until you kind of have that grooved out enough to where you're not getting that catch. So reason number 6 why your guitar is going out of tune is because of temperature and humidity. So as weather changes from being really hot and humid and changing to being really dry and cold, it's going to shift the neck. And it's very common between seasons that your guitar might go from being really playable to really unplayable. And the reason is that the wood itself, it moves just the same way that a branch on a tree would. It reacts to humidity, it reacts to temperature. And so that's why they have a tension rod that goes all the way through the neck. So as the neck shifts, especially if the neck is shifting away from the strings, it's going to cause it to be more difficult to play. And then as you're pressing down with the higher action, there's more chance that your fingers are going to push the strings off to the side, causing it to go out of tune. So when you have a really large distance like you have here, it's just it's really common that you're going to see that you're going to press some of those notes to the side on accident as you go down, causing the guitar to go out of tune. So the fix for this is just by adjusting the truss rod or the tension rod. And on this one specifically, the access is going to be right here at the top of the headstock. And all you simply do is you're going to pop the screws off of here. You're going to find something that has sort of like an Allen wrench type access, and then you're going to adjust it. If the action is too high, you're going to want to tighten it, and if the action is too low, you're going to want to loosen it. Reason number 7 is a tremolo bridge. So this is most common with like Strat style guitars, and to explain this, a tremolo bridge is going to be one that if you flip the guitar around, you're going to have these springs that attach to the body of the guitar. And so this actually adjusts how high or how flat the bridge is off the body. So let me show you real quick this one. So when you look at the side view, you'll see how it looks like it's popping up off the body. And so this one specifically, that's causing this to have higher action. And so the same thing as higher action with any case, it's going to cause the strings to be harder to play. And so this one, we just simply want to bring that tremolo bridge back down and more stable. So we have 2 adjustments here that are going to be Phillip heads that go into the body. So since the bridge is coming off the body, we want to go ahead and tighten these down just a little bit and then see where we're at. Let's go ahead and take another look here. Looks like we still have some more adjusting to do, so we're going to go ahead and flip the guitar over and repeat the same process. All right, now we look here and it looks like it's a lot more flat to the body. The action's at a reasonable place here, so we're going to go ahead and leave that and problem solved. Reason number 8. Your capo might be pulling your strings to the side. And you go ahead and let's just say you're going to capo at the 3rd fret, and when you go to put the capo down, sometimes the strings can actually get pushed off to the side just like that. So you see right here, the strings really should be more in line like this, but then when I'm not paying attention, I'm pushing this string, the thick E string, off to the side. When you put the capo down, what you really want to do is you want to very carefully have it all the way loosened, and when you go down, you just want to make sure that none of the strings shift off to the side. So right here, that's actually going to give you the proper tone. Reason number 9 is if you're using a cheap clip-on tuner. Now I don't have any right now that are actually cruddy cheap tuners, but just for example, I'm going to use a Snark, which we carry a lot of these. And so with some of the cheaper tuners, specifically the ones that you can buy for like $2 or $3 from China, the issue is that they're not very high quality, and a lot of times when you go to actually tune the guitar, it's going to be telling you the wrong note. You might be playing an E and it's saying it's a B, and so you might be over tightening, under tightening. I've seen a lot of people that just don't have experience using clip-on tuners, and so they just don't know what they're doing or what string they're even trying to tune to pitch. This one specifically, just for example, this is a Snark where we lost the rubber right here, and so this is not going to work as well as one that has the rubber on it. So like this one right here has all the rubber, and you want to make sure that your tuner has all the parts just like that, because otherwise it's not going to actually clamp very well onto the guitar, and you're going to get inaccurate readings. One other note is make sure the lithium battery is good. I know they've changed to a lot of these new ones are rechargeable, but if you have the old style Snark, like this one right here, the screen's a little dim. You can still see it, but it's a little dimmer. Now if I change to one that I know is fully charged, you're gonna see the screen a lot better. That's another reason why your clip-on tuner might not be working well or giving you an accurate reading, is if the battery is dying. Reason number 10, and probably the least common reason why your guitar is not staying in tune, is the tuners. So right here is an example of what I would say is subpar tuners. I mean, these work okay, but these are gonna be open back. They're pretty old. You can kind of see they're old and rusty. Sometimes what these will actually have a tendency to do when they get really old or worn, when you go to tune a note or a string, sometimes this gear will get caught. And so if you're ever tuning the guitar and you hear a click sound and you hear the guitar go back down in pitch, that means that the gear itself is bad. And in a lot of cases, when that happens, you probably need to replace the whole side of the 3 tuners on this kind of style. If it's bad enough, you may just want to consider replacing all of them to something a little nicer. You don't have to spend a whole ton to get tuners that are going to keep your guitar in tune. So again, it's the least likely reason, but it does still happen. So if your guitar doesn't stay in tune, don't automatically assume it's broken or that you need to buy a new one and get something that's nicer. A lot of times it's going to be a simple fix. And so let's just recap what we went through on this video. Reason number 1 is old strings that are worn out and bad. Reason number 2 is new strings that need to be stretched out. Reason number 3 is improper winding on the tuners. Reason number 4 is tuners that aren't tightened properly. Reason number 5 is nut slots that are too small for the string. Reason number 6 is temperature and humidity affecting the neck. Reason number 7 is the tremolo bridge not being adjusted properly. Reason number 8 is your capo is pushing the strings to the side. Reason number 9 is a cheap clip-on tuner. And reason number 10 is bad tuning machines. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.